Hey guys, what's up? It's me again. I lost another video into YouTube World yesterday after waiting about 8 hours at 44% uploaded. Disappeared. So, trying again, I'm going to do both yesterday's video and today's video all in one just to knock it out, and then this evening I'm going to get a couple more done so I can be ahead of the game instead of behind like normal. Also, I have a cough and a runny nose. Not to be alarmed. I was outside working in the yard all day yesterday. It's definitely allergies. So don't be alarmed if I cough. However, even if I did have this dreaded virus, I'm isolated, completely alone, and you cannot catch it through a screen, so we're good to go. All right, so let me walk you through these exercises today. The focus today is upper body chest, and we are going to kill it. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 5 rounds. Walk you through the exercises and we'll get started. I'm going to adjust my camera angle here, and then at one point I'm going to have to move you to the wall, I think, but I might be able to explain it. Okay. So we're going to start with a negative push-up. This name of this exercise can be debated for years. Mike and I go back and forth over it all the time. In all reality, if we're talking scientifically, a regular push-up would be considered a negative movement, moving against the force or against the weight. So this technically is a push-up. But because if you say this to somebody, this isn't going to be their natural reaction, we call this one a negative push-up. So you're going to be nice and wide in push-up position, hands at your chest bone, press straight up, back to the floor. So you're completely back on the floor, and straight up. It's going to be a good time. Frog push-ups. Frog push-ups are more of a shoulder focus. They're one of my favorites. So you're going to be, well, I'll just do it on the mat here. Your hands are going to be about this position right here. Your booty's going to be up in the air, and you're going to drop the top of your head to your hands. You may not get down all the way. Your range of motion may be small, but you want all the weight to be coming on your shoulders here. All right, so there's not a real way to make those two harder for those of you looking for a little bit more. Just go faster. How about that? Side plank with a reach. So there's 2 ways to do this. There's this side plank. You reach through. This is bad form here. Let me stack it up a little bit better for you. Whoa, there it is. So you want your shoulder directly above your wrist. This is a much harder version of it this way. If that's a little much for you, you can come down to your elbow, come up, and do the same thing. This one feels like it gets a little bit more work done because you're more stable. The other one is a little bit more of a challenge. So I'll probably go with the elbow one today because I'm trying to get some work in, but that's up to you. Now, a scapular wall slide. This one you'll need a blank wall for. See, I'm catching my breath here from that cough, trying to hold it back. The form with this is rotating your pelvis. So if you had a belt buckle on, think about pointing it to the ceiling. So we're going to pretend I have a wall up against my back here. You're in this position here. Now keep an eye on this region. You're going to tuck and squeeze. So see how this went from having the small of my back here to a flat back. So you want to be completely flat up against the wall and slide up and down. So it'll actually look like this here. So I'm going to rotate that pelvis, everything up against the wall, up and down. Now it's a very difficult exercise if you do it right. So if you're not feeling it, shoot me a message after this and we'll walk through it for the next time. All right, so that is it. My fan seems to be missing in here, so it's a little extra warm as well today, but it's going to be a good workout. All right, here we go. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 5 rounds. Remember to rest if you need it. It's always important. Also, grab a drink when you need it. I did not write any rest into this workout. Oh, let me move my mat back just a little bit here, because I know you guys all want to see me the whole time. Just kidding. I hope everything's going well for you guys, and we are ready to get started. And don't worry, I'll be talking your ear off during this whole workout also. All right, press up. All the way back to the floor. Up, don't forget to start your watches. Good. Really keep a nice tight core. You want to come up as one unit. You don't want to come up here and then here. You want to come up all as one nice tight unit. Oh, that was poor form. 8 seconds. Whew. All right. Frog push-ups are next. It's gonna be awesome. Good. So remember, this is a focus on the shoulder, so that's where you want to put your weight. Here. If you've never felt your shoulders before today, you definitely will after this. Ten seconds, guys. Keep it up. And not get very many done with that one, huh? All right, side planks are next. So we'll do one side, wait 15 seconds to do the next side. Remember to stack your feet here. Reach in and out. Your shoulder should be directly above your elbow. Ooh. Maybe you need a thicker mat for this one. Good. Can't technically see you, but I'm sure it looks awesome. Keep it up. 5 seconds. All right. Yeah. Now fold this up a couple rounds here. There we go. So how's everybody's week going so far? What is today? Freaking Thursday. We don't even know these things anymore. Just trying to teach Colin about calendars and months. And you know, kind of hard to compare to a preschooler what time of the year it is. Especially one who is looking forward to her birthday. And this mom made the mistake telling her that her birthday comes when it gets warm outside. Well, we've had a couple warm days and a couple broken hearts. So I won't make that mistake again. That poor baby's missing preschool like crazy too, so she's probably struggling the most out of all of us. I have to find a spot on my wall that's safe. All right. Good. Really get that small of your back up against the wall, guys. Heels, small of your back, elbows, upper arm, and back of your hands, all up against the wall. Whew. Been spending a little bit more time on my tablet than normal and on my computer, so this is really opening up those rhomboids. All right, end of round one. How you feeling? Good, release all weight at the bottom. Oh boy, guys. I see some flurries coming down outside. Not something I'm looking forward to today. Fingers crossed. It ends up being nothing. So, how many of you are actually homeschooling? Whew. This is a pretty poor round for me. Hope you did better. Yes, Destiny is using I don't know, her Chromebook, and her teacher's awesome, and they've been really working together on things. But keeping that one focused is not something for the faint of heart. She is a tough pickle. There you go. Make sure you're staying on top of your hands, guys. All the way through your shoulders. Seconds. All right. So my plan is, during these times, to start talking with you guys about some nutrition and using this time to focus on that a little bit. I have a couple gals that I'll be working with on a plan for their nutrition, so, excuse me, might as well bring it into here, right? Good, nice reach. Keep your feet stacked. Shoulder directly above your elbow. Good. I've been seeing quite a few new diets coming out. I think people are bored. Whew. Man, this is getting me, guys. One more. All right. So I think today I'll just start with asking people for help on their nutrition on freaking social media. Since nobody else is in here with me, I'll probably get on a soapbox, a little rant about it, because no one's here to give me crazy eyes or stop me. So, guys, if you want some recipes, cool, that's me. Share away, ask people for some good fun ideas. But you have got to stop asking people for healthy food ideas or keto recipes or specifics on Facebook. I don't really know anything else, Instagram, whatever. But you guys, every time I see one of these, I go through and I read the comments. And you know my nerdy self, keep track of them. This is not an exaggeration, guys. I would say 80, actually my calculation said 82%, but I think it's a little more. Okay, really rotate that pelvis, flat, up against the wall, all the way down to your heels. Your entire arms up against the wall. There you go. Yeah, so I'd say about 82%, almost as much as 85% of the advice given or recipes given is harmful to you. I mean, keto, you all know how I feel about keto, and I know keto can work, guys, and there is a right way and a wrong way to do it. People should stop saying they're going into a state of ketosis or whatever, because that's just not a thing. What you're doing is a low-carb diet, so let's just call it spade a spade. Round 2 done. But what people are confused about is just because an Oreo has 2 carbs doesn't make it suitable for a keto meal plan or a healthy diet. So, yesterday I was online looking through some stuff, and I'm confident none of you people know this gal. She's from Canada. She was an online client of mine She had come to Omaha to visit family, oh geez, somewhere around 2011 or 12. She was here for a week. She trained with me at Prairie Life. We hit it off. It was a good time. I really enjoyed her. She's a good woman. Single mother of 3. And her kids are all under the age of 15. So, Canada does things a little different, as you know. I mean, some things are better, some things are worse. They have a much better nutritional foundation is what we'll call it. There's a reason the United States is the most obese country in the world and the unhealthiest. It's because of all the choices we have. So anyways, back to this gal. She's awesome. I read her post yesterday. She said that she's on a keto diet. She's almost in a full state of ketosis, which, just so you guys know, you can't determine that without significant blood work, and not all doctors even know how to perform. So we're these little strip things that everybody's aware of, these pea strips. So just losing my breath here. Hold on a second. Okay, so just so you guys know, state of ketosis takes years to get in. The true state of ketosis takes years to get in. Because what it's doing is it's teaching your body to live off of fats for energy instead of carbs. Now, in all reality, your body should never burn protein as an energy source. That's not a good thing, but that's not what ketosis is. Ketosis is your body's first energy source is fat and not carbs. So, how long, does it say teach your body to do something? It takes years. Not 3 days, not 6 weeks, not even 9 months. It takes years. So, these pea strips are a pretty freaking awesome moneymaker because no matter when you pee on them, you're still not going to be in a state of ketosis. Whew. Messed that one up. So, if you're not in a state of ketosis, they tell you to take these pills to be in a state of ketosis. That's weird, huh? So you buy these pills, you buy these strips, you take these pills, you pee on these strips, you try to get into a state of ketosis for forever and ever and ever. Doesn't work. So she was online and she was asking people for some keto recipes. So look at these recipes that people are giving her and this advice people are giving her. And man alive, people, first of all, let me tell you that fruits and vegetables are carbs. Okay? Not just potatoes, all fruits and vegetables. We need fruits and vegetables. Woo! We need our micronutrients to get us through, our bodies to work properly. So I was looking at one recipe, and it states, for 1.5 cups of melted margarine. That's crazy. It's a crazy amount of margarine on top of, margarine is not a food. Butter, there you go, scapular wall sides, get that pelvis back, guys. Butter is a good, healthy fat if it's real, live butter, and the ingredients say butter. But margarine, there is nothing real. Everything in margarine is artificial. So this recipe states 1.5 cups of margarine, like 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 3 bananas, and something else. I'm not even sure what she was trying to make. I think some kind of bread. So here's the deal. If you want to be in a state of ketosis, but you crave bread, you're missing magnesium, just let you know that. But it's probably not something you actually want to do. Just like vegans, why do they have vegan mayonnaise? If you want to be vegan, then you don't need mayonnaise, right? That's just my opinion, I know. That's another rant for another day. All right, guys, round 4. Here we go. We're killing it, right? Negative push-ups. So, anyways, long story short, the moral of my rant here, this recipe that this gal was definitely going to try according to her comments, gave her approximately 32 grams of trans fat. 32 grams, guys. Quick math on that. What's 32 times 9? Geez, I don't even know off the top of my head. That's how many calories it is. 32 times 9. Not to mention, trans fat, some people could chalk up to the #1 contributor of chronic illness. What I can tell you is, you should never consume even 1 gram, let alone, geez, I'm not doing well on these negative push-ups. All right, frog push-ups are next. But you should not even consume 1 gram, let alone 32 grams, in a recipe, right? It had about 9 carbs, and they said, in her statement, she said, it's packed full of protein. There's so much protein in there that you might only want a half a serving. That made me laugh because it is like the whole thing of keto, just protein, you know, getting in as much as you can. Anyway, for my calculations and my observations, there was less than 3 grams of protein in that meal. So, in that bread or muffin or whatever she was making, she was getting 32 grams of trans fat. I did not find any good fat outside of the coconut flour, and that was about 6 to 9, depending on which brand she bought. So, and then there was a little bit of saturated fat, 32 grams of trans fat, 9 carbs, and not even mentionable protein. So that is my point behind what I'm saying here. Is this lady asked on Facebook for some recipes. She got a recipe she wants to try. It is going to end up being extremely harmful for her body, her progress, and her innards, essentially. I mean, not just the outside of your body, but the inside as well. Her hair would be greasy after she ate it. She might even break out on her face a little bit. So because I care about her, I messaged her. Whew. People don't tend to like to be corrected or to be told what they think is right is wrong. So I was careful with my words. Holy buckets. You guys feeling this? Whew. I was careful with my words, but I informed her of the actual nutrition facts behind this. And she proceeded to inform me how much margarine she'd been eating. Like, oh, that's interesting. Not only is her hair greasy, her face was breaking out, her back was breaking out, her bowel movements were irregular. But guys, guess what? Her freaking scale was moving, let me tell you. She was losing weight like crazy because she was diarrheaing it all out. So, she messaged me back again this morning. I'm curious to know what she says. But she doesn't feel good. She doesn't look good. She is so excited that her scale is moving though. And that's just another rant for another day, maybe the next video. My point is, if you've ever seen anybody lose a bucket of weight on keto and actually look good, then they did keto right. But most of the time, the people losing all this weight on keto, they sag in this region, and it's because they're losing weight at a significantly rapid rate. They're not gaining any muscle with it, because you know that changes the scale. And it's a temporary altercation. So, really get that small of the back up there, guys. You won't feel these much if you don't have that part of your back above your butt on the wall. So, okay, anyways, I am all for people learning and doing. I am 1000% against social media educated people. So you guys have all heard me talk about Josh before. I like to crack jokes about Josh. He's a funny guy. But I always say he has a Google degree. We live in a day and age where you can find negative push-ups. Guys, last round of these. Anyways, you can find anything you want online. You can find anything to support what you want to hear online. You can find real knowledge online. You can find half real knowledge. I was gonna say half and then the ASS word, but that's not appropriate for YouTube. So, Josh's Google degree cracks me up. He was saying, oh man, I can't remember off the top of my head now. Anyways, him and I got into a debate one time about exercise, and he for real fights me on it, because you know, my real degrees don't stand up to his Google doctorate. So he, after we got into our little, I call it an argument, but him and I are more just like bickering spats. It's a lot of fun. Frog push-ups. He proceeded to send me an article. This article read, Harvard doctor states, and weirdly enough it said states, and it said exactly what Josh was trying to say. And almost in his words too. So, before I get into any article, or before I will even waste my time reading it, I look up who wrote it, I look up where it came from, and I look up the sites or the resources at the bottom. Because, you know, I was educated back in the day when we had to write out our book reports and make sure all those things were accurate. So, this guy, this Harvard professor, had never even taught at Harvard. He had never went to Harvard, and from what I could find, he was just your typical blogger. It's crazy. I showed this to Josh, and he goes, doesn't mean what he's saying is not right. And what he was saying was not right. But how reputable is a blogger who claims to be a Harvard professor? That's just crazy in my opinion. All right, guys, hold this one the whole 45 seconds. If you need to go just into a plank, go just into a plank. You got this. Here we go. Nice and easy. So that's my thing with social media and the internet and asking advice online about health and wellness. You're just going to get opinions, Google doctorate answers, Professor Google's answers, you know, all of the above. I don't know if people still ask Jeeves, but maybe you'll get a Jeeves answer. All right, here we go, last one on this side. Because I've noticed also, I've never once seen somebody with knowledge, respect in the industry, or actual degrees comment on these posts. They're probably taught with the same thing I was, and that's we don't give it away for free, which is exactly what I'm doing with these YouTube channels, but circumstances are different. You never post a full-blown workout. You never post your knowledge. You never give your knowledge away for free. You never do any of those things. So, one more. Woo! That was a blast, huh? So yeah, I'm never seeing any educated answers. Now, along with that, I don't tend to fight on social media, and I am not into an argument. All right, scapular wall slides. Last one of these guys. But my knowledge is solid. Educational, that's solid. I'm confident in that. Taken a long time to learn what I've learned. And in my opinion, if I were to comment on these Facebook posts with actual knowledge, that one of these Google doctorates, I like Ask Jeeves better. One of these Ask Jeeves guys will fight me on it or argue me on it, and that's absurd. I'm not going to do anything like that, especially on Facebook. But that's how confident these people are. Good work, guys. That's how confident these people are in what they're telling you on Facebook and Instagram and whatever else. So just be careful. And you guys are all lucky. You have me. I don't necessarily charge for advice if you come straight to me for it. And I would rather have somebody have good, healthy advice than, you know, Carol Baskin's advice online. I just keep saying her name because Destiny and I keep laughing about her. But yeah, you gotta be careful where you get your resources from, guys, and I'm always here to help. Hope you enjoyed that workout. I talked a lot, so I'm sorry about that, but I hope you learned something. Next focus is back and chest. I'm gonna take a second, grab a breather, and I'll see you in a minute.